Hello and welcome to the Mortal Kombat Minute, the podcast where we analyze, criticize, and memorialize the 1995 film Mortal Kombat, one soul-sucking minute at a time. I'm Phil Casper from philcasper.net.
I'm Spanish from GameFixShow.com.
And we are on minute number 43. This minute starts with Liu Kang staring down Shang Tsung and ends with Shang Tsung addressing Sonya Blade.
Oh, yes. If you listen to our last one, which last episode you should have, and if you didn't, what are you doing? You should probably go back. But the last minute, pretty much, we saw Liu Kang actually fighting in a real tournament, or a real actual match in the tournament with his Automix shoe.
Yes, we did.
And is that good? Is that a good description?
Yes. Well, not only did he fight in it, he won enough to lay down the fighting monk flat. And so this takes place. This minute starts immediately after that with Liu Kang kind of like regaining his composure and just staring down Shang Tsung, like almost as a challenge in a way, with his very puffy hair. Like,
yes,
like,
oh my God, it's beautiful. It's a mane.
It's wonderfully flowing. Like,
it's a lion's mane is what it is.
I used to have hair just about that long and almost as fluffy.
True. There's no way that's true.
I'll find pictures and I will post it on the video later. Anyway,
you're gonna have to. Now you are.
I am gonna fix it in post. Hear that, future
right.
Phil? Okay. But anyway, so as Liu Kang is staring down Shang Tsung, though, Shang Tsung kind of gets up in almost like distaste in a way. He's he has resentment. You can kind of see it in his eyes, and he's walking over.
He kind of wanted it to go a different direction.
He wanted, like, I'm thinking Shang Tsung probably, like, most likely expected Liu Kang to win, but he wanted him to suffer a little bit more.
Yeah, and he really did. There wasn't a lot of suffering there.
Yeah, like he might have a few bruises. Liu Kang might have, but let's see. As Shang Tsung is walking over, he's pretty much written off the fighting monk as well. Like, he's not going to let him survive regardless, even if he could have come back from his totally obliterated chest bones that are broken. Because he
and we'll get to that too. Again,
he even told, like, Goro in a few minutes ago, like, that he doesn't tolerate failure. So
right,
who, like, is this peon gonna, like, skate by? I don't think so.
Well, then again, if Liu Kang probably lost the match.
Shang Tsung would have like been ecstatic and done something in a few seconds with glee. I imagine. We get another shot of Hakeem Alston, our fighting monk, and we once again have a wonderful shot of those pants. Those are great pants. Once again, I can't get enough of those pants.
Those parachute pants.
Those tiger stripe parachute pants.
Yes,
they're it's almost like tiger stripe paisley, almost, in a way, kind of like a weird paisley pattern.
But
but anyway.
Well, we have Hakeem Alston. He's laying on his back, right arm down, left arm kind of up, and he's kind of looking. He's on Dream Street right now. Like, he's obviously in pain,
breathing heavily.
He lost this match. There's no doubt about it. Then as we're seeing him lay down there, we see a foot get close to him, and then the camera kind of switches angles and shows Shang Tsung's face, because he's stepping closer to him. And of course, and I'm going to let you deliver it. I'm going to let you do it. Then Shang Tsung first stares him down. I mean, for a good, like, 5 seconds or so. And it's like to the point where, like he's about to eat lunch, right?
Yes, indeed.
And what does he say?
Your soul is mine.
And then as he says that, his right hand is he kind of cups it in, like, on top of him, pretty much like
on top of Hakeem.
Like on top of his belly. And you see this, like, blue force, if you will, come out of his hands, or out of his hand, and it almost like grabs Hakeem Alston like in the chest, and it actually pulls Akeem Alston above, like up on the ground a
Like he's
little bit.
arching his back, almost like
Yeah.
kind of in pain. Like he's also in pain as well, I guess.
Well,
Sounds like.
yeah, totally. I think the coolest thing about this shot is we get a glimpse of Akeem's bones. Like we do get a shot of the bones, and if you really look, you can see that some of his rib cage, they are broken.
Yeah, those bones are not where they're supposed to be.
No, they're not. You only have like 3 seconds to really see it if you're watching the movie like in real time. But you can see it, like the ribs don't cross over like that unless they're broken.
Right. Yeah. They like now
It's a
that
great.
you like highlighted, yeah, that's actually a really astute observation there, and you only do see it for like a couple of seconds
Oh yeah,
before, like, because this is, I guess, symbolizing like the fighting monk's entire life force that is in his
right.
body.
Well, if you remember the last episode, I mentioned something that happens in the newer Mortal Kombat games, and they call them X-rays, where you actually see the bones break beneath the skin. In this case, it's kind of our first glimpse at a Mortal Kombat X-ray. I feel like I can probably argue this and say that this is probably where they got it from. So when I said in minute 42 that it was probably paying homage, nowadays to paying homage to this, I think it is.
Yeah, I actually, you know what? Thinking
That's
on
where
that
I'm at.
now, I totally agree, because, and also because they the producers and everyone probably did it this way because they had the technology at the time to actually
Yeah,
show it in movie form rather than in game form, because like we're talking about still like 2D sprites
yeah,
that are animated at this day and age of 1995.
right. Well, he is pretty much he's stealing his soul. Obviously, the line is "Your soul is mine,"
Yep.
so he's taking it. He is forcibly taking his soul. And once you see the skeleton kind of go into his hand, right? Like it kind of folds up real quick and goes into his hand, and then you could see where his back was being arched, he just falls flat, and you could see that he's taken his soul.
and
And then,
and then
of course,
we have a shot of Shang Tsung again, and he just has a smile on his face, and then delivers the line.
fatality,
And
which is one of the most iconic lines in Mortal Kombat. Even though fatality is generally done by the combatant, not
yeah,
by
but well,
the guy
yeah,
watching from the sideline,
yeah,
but that's okay. We'll take it.
it's done by the victor, really,
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
than the officiator, I guess, would be,
well,
or
I
whatever.
mean, and as you know, Liu Kang is probably not here to kill people. He doesn't,
Yeah,
other than Shang Tsung. Shang Tsung
right.
did kill his mother, so
Which, yeah, like, which kind of led me to think, like, did Liu Kang intend to, like, I don't think he intended to kill the fighting monk, but at the
no,
same time he did,
him.
like, totally like break his chest.
Oh yeah,
Which, I mean, I guess that isn't necessarily fatal, although it is probably incredibly painful.
all is
But
fair in love and war.
yeah. um
All-
but also this scene kind of got me to thinking, like, why and where did Shang Tsung learn to take souls? Like, why is he taking souls specifically? And it led me down kind of a little bit of a rabbit hole where and I'm gonna do some more research on like the
Awesome.
Shang Tsung origin story. But I'll do like a little Cliff Notes version. Shang Tsung was actually cursed by some unnamed gods, apparently, for failure to appease those gods in some form or fashion. And part of that curse is his life force depletes rapidly, and the only way to replenish that that life force is to take the souls of other fighters.
That's interesting.
So
that hasn't really been conveyed as far as the game goes. It's just he takes souls. That's it. End of story. That's a kind of that's interesting. Interesting little tidbit.
Yeah, I still need to do some more research, but that's like kind of just the high level understanding
Is it
found.
Shinnok?
It
might be.
I'm not. I don't think so. The gods specifically were not named,
Okay.
but and so now we're getting more into like the gaming side of stuff.
Yeah, the lore.
But Shang Tsung's power does rival that of Shinnok or Quan Chi or Quan Li. Sorry,
Quan Chi. No, you got it.
There we go. Quan Li, someone's else. Quan Chi.
No, you're fine. Now, real quick, I did want to point out that after he takes his soul, Hakeem Alston kind of changes to this gray color,
gray bluish.
Yeah, like it's a really good. I think they kind of nailed it as far as this goes, because it just looks like he's definitely, his life is gone. Like he took his soul.
He's turned into a husk of a being at this point. Like all the hemoglobin and everything inside his blood is like gone.
I have a little nitpick though.
Oh, let's pick that nit. Pick it.
Are you ready for this one?
Do it, Spanish.
Okay, so when he's lying on his back, as before, this is so small and this might sound stupid, and you're probably listening like, oh my god, but this is what we do. So listen. So before he puts his hand over him to take his soul, if you notice Hakeem's left hand, it's kind of up. Okay, it has nothing to do with his hand. It's just the sand that's underneath his hand. In that shot, the sand is pretty smooth. Okay. And then once he takes his soul from him, the very next shot it shows, it looks like there was like footsteps there now. And like I said, it's a total nitpick. But that spot wasn't there before, and now it is there. So I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know. I actually don't have like the clear shots that you may be looking at. So I'll take your word for it. But yeah, okay.
I did notice the other thing when Shang Tsung steps away from him. Mm-hmm. We actually get to see what the bottom of Shang Tsung's foot looks like, and I know that's so stupid. But like, it was something I noticed.
Well, not only the bottom of his foot, but the bottom of that design of the dragon on the back of his jacket. Really good.
Oh yeah, when you kind of see the bottom of it there. Yeah. But if you notice the actual foot mark, he doesn't have a lot of grip in those shoes.
No.
It's almost like they're like wrestling shoes or something. Like maybe they're kung fu shoes. I don't know.
Right? Yeah. It's similar to Liu Kang's actually from the previous minute when he does a drop kick. I noticed that the soles of his shoes were pretty smooth. As well on the bottom. We didn't mention a line from the Fighting Monk. He did have one line right before his soul was about to be sucked out. He was crying out no, like pleading for mercy.
Right, because he knew it was coming.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, let's get away from this. And we get a recycled shot. I like just saying that. We get a recycled shot of the castle.
Yep, the castle that's carved out of the mountaintop.
Yep.
I mean, I really we're beating a dead horse at this point. I really like these shots. Very like just beautiful. And yeah, I could just use this as a computer background,
right?
On my desktop. But now we then do a cutover back to the ring, the fighting ring, and Sonya Blade is in it doing some warm-ups.
Yep.
And if you notice on the fighting ring, the design inside has changed. So
I think they drug it out. Like they reset for the next match.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, like they reset it because like some time has passed. They've reset the ring for more fighters, but there are also different designs that have been drawn into the sand. So a couple of minutes ago when Liu Kang was facing off against the Fighting Monk, it was really just more of a circle inside, like drawn in the sand in the ring. Now, when you look at it, there's actually a crescent moon shape in like the ring shape, with Sonya Blade. And yeah, a little bit different time of day, maybe a little bit later in the afternoon. The shadows are a little bit different. I'm looking at a side by side from a couple of minutes ago in this one. But yeah, Sonya Blade is kind of doing her warming up, throwing some punches into the air and getting herself loose, I guess, for whatever may come her way.
The first shot, the far shot, when it shows the whole ring and everything. Mm-hmm. Do you notice who's not there?
Let's see. I don't see Johnny Cage's trademark green jacket or green shirt.
You don't see Liu Kang either. She's all alone. Where'd they go? Like, why aren't they there supporting her?
Fair. But maybe they might be blocked by some palm trees or something, because we don't see the entirety of the ring, the entire perimeter of the ring in this shot.
Why would they put him up like front and center so you could see him?
Fair enough, but I'm thinking we might get the answer to that in the coming minutes.
Okay,
I'm thinking. And actually, wait a second. No, Liu Kang's. No, wait, no, sorry. Liu Kang is not there. I was seeing things. Darn it. But as Sonya Blade is warming up, Shang Tsung is standing where he's supposed to be standing, and calls out.
Well, actually, he stands up. He gets up. He was sitting there. Yeah.
And he calls out to Sonya, saying, "Sonya Blade," and
she looks up,
and she looks over, and I have some what? So
somewhat.
It's one of those. It's one of those minutes where we cut off half word, half dialogue. We don't know what Shang Tsung has for him.
Could it be?
What could it be? Indeed, we're just gonna have to find out next time, because that's really all I have for this.
Yeah, that's all I have to.
All right. Well, thanks so much again for listening, and until next time, I'm Phil.
I'm Spanish.
And we'll see you next time on the Mortal Kombat Minute.